Hello friends, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the channel SK Codify. And in this topic, in this video, we are going to talk about the topic called error handling. This is very important topic and it is common to many programming, most of the major programming language. So once you uh, learn this, you can implement the approach or you are going to deal with the approach in all of the major programming language. And even though you are experienced programmer, there is a chance that you might not have clarity about, and there is nothing, problem in that. It happens. So whenever we developer talk about uh, the error handling, suddenly a picture comes in mind about try and catch block. You know, um, uh, it's about I'm writing something and I have to write that in a try and catch block. But at the same time, we also have confusion that do I really need to open a try catch block here? Okay. Do you get this confusion when you are writing or implementing a method from scratch? It can happen. So, but you know, we will learn about when we actually need to open the try and catch block, and when we we don't need at all. We don't need a try catch block at all. Okay. We will see about that. And also the error handling mechanism is just not about the try catch block. It is just not about when we are calling some method. uh, it is also about when we are writing the method which will be called by some other code. Okay. So it's also about throwing an error and as well as handling that error. Okay. So first of all, what is an error and when it's get generated? We all know that the error is fault occurrence during some execution. Whatever we try to do, there is a fault in that, and it can be anything. It depends upon the task, what the task I'm going to perform. So uh, there is a chance uh, of the failure, but that failure would be related to that. Actually, by making this video, I wanted to talk something about the error itself says so many things. Okay. If it does not say anything, uh, it's not meaningful for us. Okay. So let's say I'm giving you a situation. Let's say um, I'm going to make a coffee for me. Okay, I'm going to make a coffee for me, but there is an error. Okay, and now it's kind of a joke, but let's see this. I'm going to try to make a coffee, but the error is that the train reached to the station very late. Okay, that's an error. Does it really make sense to making my coffee? While I'm making a coffee, why do I need to worry about the train reach to the station or platform very late? No, that's not a relevant, error for me. So, as a developer or even in the real life, we should be, worrying about. We should be concerned about the focused error. I mean, uh, we must understand, what kind of error we are going to get. When I'm trying to get a coffee, what can happen? It can happen that coffee is not, beans is not available at my home. Maybe the milk is not available at home, or maybe I prepared the coffee, but the cup got broken. So these are the relative error that is important, and I should be worried about. Okay. I should not be worried about where I should not be worried about that, particular team lost in that match, okay, or something other out of that scope. That is out of scope. So, um, while I am writing the code to read a file from drive C, okay, or when I'm writing my code to call an API, I should be worried about only the uh, I can expect that, okay, what are the errors is going to come, during that reading the file from C drive or anywhere on the local drive. I may get the error related to IO, input output operations error. Okay, when I'm trying to connect to database, I will get some exception or some error related to SQL. Okay, or maybe when I'm trying to write the code and using a variable which is not declared, I should be worried about uh, that exception, that error. Okay, so um, now I would like to say, um, there is chance that not always the error comes. Okay, it's not that always we get the errors with, but when we get the errors. Okay, so let's see when we are not expected to get the error. Let's say I'm writing a method, you know that's simply calculating the percentage. Okay, I'm simply calculating a percentage. A method is that there is very less chance, very less chance, if I just validated my input, then there is very less chance. If I have validated my input, like, okay, there must be data, and the data must not be zero, so that my percentage calculation works fine. So I don't need to, you know uh, worried about um, the expect the mm, error handling. I don't need to be worried about opening a try and catch block. Okay, so the message I want to say here is, you know when an error occurred, the error occurred in most of the cases when there is multiple entities are involved in an operation. Okay, um, like, now let me tell you a story. I asked my brother to, I gave him the money and asked him to go and get a cold drink for me. Okay, so what is the chance? I mean, after some time he came back and returned me the money, and he did not have the cold drink. Okay, so I got but if I was there, there are a lot of things in this activity happened. Okay, we will discuss about. But let's say if I had to, if I might have gone myself to get the cold drink, I might have managed that. I might have managed to get the drink. If 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 I did not find the cold drink at one shop, I might have gone to another shop. Okay, so I could have managed that. But that software is not about one method. It's all about lot of classes. Like, you understand the. It's all about collaboration. One developer is not writing everything. It's written by multiple developers, and the whole logic is not written in one uh, one big method or in one class only. So what is happening here, how the programs are written is, there are collaboration of multiple classes and multiple methods. Like I had the collaboration with my brother to get the cold drink, but that collaboration got failed because my brother was dumb, or maybe I was also dumb, because that program to get the cold drink was not properly executed. How? Means the first thing is that um, he did not conveyed any message to me that why he did not get that cold drink. Okay. Another thing is that um, maybe I am I am not aware with his um his body language. Okay, I mean there's multiple things. See, maybe not about the body language. Let's take it in another way. Maybe I have not handled the error. Means I did not convey the message. If you don't get the this particular cold drink, please call me. Okay, I did not handle that. The error situation. I should have asked him, or I should have handled the situation like, okay, if this shop is not open, then call me. If if you don't find this cold drink, call me. So I should have uh, handled that situation. But but you know, mm, what if my younger brother does not have the mobile phone? How he is going to convey me or call me, convey the message to me and call me, right? He would simply come with the error. So that means in this story, both of the parties responsible for the error situation. Me also, that I was not ready to handle the situation, handle the exception, and he himself was not implemented in a way so that he can convey some message. He does not have the phone, or maybe he did not go to the market with phone. He simply came back and returned with the money. So this is how the uh, this is how the error occurred. But being a good programmer or being a trained people or managed people, we could have uh, managed that execution of getting cold drink very well. Okay, during the execution or during asking to get the cold drink, I could have asked him in advance. I could have handled the situation in advance. That okay, if you don't if you don't get that cold drink, call me or give me the flag or something. Or so so I think you understood what is the situation is. And there is one important thing is that which we talked already, but let me talk in that technical term. If he called me, he called me, uh, he did not get the cold drink, okay, and he called me, and I pick up the phone also, okay, I pick up the phone also. Now he is saying that the shop is closed, okay, the shop is closed. So if I am not aware with what to do in this situation, if I am not aware of other shop, then definitely um, I'm not going to get the cold drink, or I must be aware of, I must be, ready uh, about this situation, this error situation. When I'm asking someone to do this, I must be, responsible for getting his response and give him the call back, give him the, you know, uh, uh, further instructions in the case of, uh, in the case of, any error occur. So here is what we call the type of error we are getting. Hmm? The type of exception, you can say exception or type of error, uh, we also need to be take care of. Okay, one operation can produce multiple type of error, multiple type of exceptions, and we need to handle those type of exception to execute the program uh, correctly. In this situation, I should have been uh, well ready for, I should have been ready for, the choice of other cold drink. If the first flavor is not found and I got the message that okay, that particular cold drink is not available, then I can say okay, go get this one. Okay, so the what is there, the choice error. I mean, the particular flavor is not available. I should be ready for different flavors. So this is a type of error. One type of error. Another type of error is that shop is closed. So I need to be aware of, another shop in the market which provides the cold drink of my flavor. Okay. So this is the type of error. Now some more thing to talk about here. When when we try to do something, when we try to do something, uh, what I said, when we try to do something, why I said when we try to do something, because you are mature. When you are mature means, when we are kid, we just do the things, but when we are mature, we try to do the things. That's why, because we know, because the kid does not know what error it's going to come. Okay, that's why I said when you are tried, when you say that okay, I'm going to try this, that means you are mature, because you know, like okay, uh, there can be some problem. So that is why we write the code in try catch block. But but it's not blindly you are going to open the try and catch block. Let me give you some example. um, and I think I already mentioned that okay, when you are going to read the file from C drive, when you are going to make some call on network, you are going to make the connection from database. So whenever there is dependency on other things, then there is a chance that you are going to get some errors. Okay. Mm, so that's why we try to do the things, and we apply the handling mechanism, the catch block, the catch situation uh, during our try. Okay, so I think you got my point. So the thing is, uh, throwing an error. What are the piece we talked about? Throwing an error means that is giving a message to the executor, to the caller, or to the requester who requested a task. So my method, or yeah, my method uh, should be smart enough to convey the message, to throw the message. Uh, So it can be, so in this situation, uh, to convey the message, we can declare custom exception here. Means um, there are certain type of error that is given by the programming language, um, and there are some situation where where we have to uh, where we have to define our own exception or give our own mm, message. I mean, define our own exception type to granular level to convey the appropriate message. Okay. Okay, one more thing. I think this particular thing that I'm going to tell about, I should have talked in the beginning, but okay. When we are talking about exception, uh, what uh, most of the in the beginning of the career or in the beginning of the development years, maybe we are not clear about what is the need of exception. Means during the interview I have asked the candidate, like, what is the purpose of this handling the error or exception. So people think, like, it is just about giving a message. We delete all of this. uh, Giving message. So giving message is just not giving message uh, to the user. Basically, the thought in the mind of the beginner programmer is that giving message to the user. Actually, the error and handling, I mean, error and exceptions are not giving, not directly talking to the end user. Okay, the error and exception is all about communication between two code. Communication between two code. Method. Sorry, method A is talking to method B. Okay, it's calling method B. Method A is talking to method B. Okay, and give me the output of this input. And here the message B says, okay, uh, here message B says, I mean, the implementer of the method A must know or must handle. First, it must know that what kind of error I can expect from the method B. So we should check the API documentation of method B, that what kind of error it uh, sends, or it can happen during the calling of this method, like, and then we can handle uh, that incoming message, incoming error. So basically what I wanted to say here, uh, the communication happening between A and B through that error and exceptions and this error handling mechanism. Okay, and obviously to the end user we send the proper message. It is different thing, presenting the error message on the screen to the end user is a different thing than this error handling. Okay, although this displaying the error message to the end user will be the result of these communication, but remember that the error handling or the exception mechanism is all about the communicating between two piece of code, method A, method B. Method A is communicating to method B. Maybe method B is the method A is not aware about the method B. how it is giving the result, but it method A can be aware about what kind of error he can give me. Okay, so he can be, the method A can be uh, ready about that error situation and handle that as per the requirement of the method A. You know how to deal with, what to do if I don't get this output, I don't get the expected behavior, then what to do. So um, the error handling mechanism is, the error hand we need to be worried about, error handling when we are calling from one method to another method, or maybe we are making call to um, an API on the network, or some endpoint, or some database, or some IO operations, some, you know uh, some library in the programming language itself. So we need to check the documentation. Uh, otherwise what will happen, if your the programming language is, compiler programming language, then you are going to get the error on the compile time, or you may also get the error on runtime. So yeah, I think this is all about the theoretical part. If friends, if I miss particular things, or you wanted to listen something, or something, a specific thing that I missed, you can please comment me, we can discuss about that, because all of the things are not present at the time in the mind. So in the next video I will try to, talk, but do the practical of this try catch finally block about every terms about, but specifically in this JavaScript series we will see that in the JavaScript programming language. But please do write to me in the comment if I made any mistake, if I had any problem in my thought or in this video, or if you are interested in something else in terms of this error handling mechanism, please do write me. I will try to, create, I will try to answer that. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Stay safe and goodbye.